person next to you, guys. Because some of the guys that's sitting in the room with you 15 years from now, you may be doing just like Coach Ian and my son, Coach Justin Winters. Yes. I'm so proud of the program here. I'm so proud of these young men. I remember Jared and James and Cam, when Justin would pick him up in his raggedy car every day, picking him up for practice. Right, I see a parent shaking his head. He probably ran out of gas a few times, didn't he? Yeah, okay. So I'm so excited to be here, and he sends his love to each and every one of you. You guys have his heart. Yeah, he sends his love. I FaceTimed with him for a little while tonight. He said, Mom, I can't take it. You know, he loves you guys so much, it breaks his heart that he can't be here tonight, but you guys know where he is, right? All right, and he deserved it. I heard that, so he deserved it. So I'm going to start with this, an article that reads, Jared Patterson, a one-man stat machine in a win over Riverdale. The senior accumulated 558 yards in just about every way possible in sparking the Panthers to a 55-48 overtime victory. How many of you remember that? Is that a game changer or what? They say he ran 21 times for 282 yards, caught for passes for 54 yards, returned 2 kickoffs for 124 yards, and returned an interception for 98 yards. He returned one of the kicks 95 yards for a touchdown, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns and scored on the interception run. Is that a game changer? And the article not done yet. He said he was a one-man wrecking crew on defense too. He had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 4 solo tackles, 5 assisted tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and an interception. His final sack came in overtime when he also forced the fumble. And guys, he not only forced the fumble, what else did he do? Recovered the fumble. Is that a game changer or what? You see, because I'm sent to game changers. I'm sent to game changers. I mean that element that comes and changes the outcome in a significant way. Did Jared do that? Let's give it up for Jared. In all the clapping that we're doing right now, I'm going to tell you, it's not the wins, it's not the touchdowns, it's not the extra points, it's not a game-changing game like Jared had that you're going to need to get you through this life. Guys, it's not those things that's going to trip you up, it's going to be how you manage the turns. It's how you manage what I call the sideline. When you get sidelined on this journey, how you respond to that is going to be the difference between your success and the difference between you spiraling down. How many of you know, these are the parents, this is a question, somebody that went through a challenging times, how you manage the transitions, guys, this is the game changer. How many of you know somebody that went through a challenging time and never ever recovered? Yeah. So guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm coming by to give you a message that I know that will be a life game changer for you. Because we can clap, there's going to be a time when the sidelines are going to call you. I'm reminded of my own son, Justin. He loved the game from the time he was 7 years old. The first time he put a football in his hand, that joker was running with that ball. And guess what, guys? He has a work ethic like no other. When he was 7 and 8 years old, he would go put the cones in the backyard and run patterns and run. He did all of that with no one asking him to do it. It was in him. If you're here to change the game, let me see you raise your hand. We need game changers in this generation because the statistics say that the suicide rate in men, young men, is on a rise. Although women are 3 times more likely to attempt suicide, the young men are 3 times more likely to do it. We need game changers. Are you guys with me? Because life doesn't come easy. If it's anything easy, then it's not worth it. Life comes, you have to fight for that thing that you want. And your brothers, you are your brother's keepers. So when you're looking at these young men, you don't know what they may be going through. I heard the speaker say you have to know your story, right? Because your story has a perspective. It shapes the way you show up on the planet. It shapes the way that you are going to show up in the lives of others. Do we have any game changers in the house? All right, we have some game changers in the house, because we need game changers in this generation. We don't have any time for those that's just going to half commit to their life. We need people that are fully committed to their life. Michael Beckwith said it best. Pain will push you until vision will pull you. Gosh, you got to have a vision for your life past the game. I'm reminded as I was beginning that story with Justin. He was in the 9th grade. He was at the Mather. He loved that school. Before the first game, the last practice, before the first game, Justin comes, I get a call, and Justin ends up in the emergency room. His arm was broken right at the elbow. He was out for the most of the season. Can I tell you, life's going to come with the sideline opportunities, and you have to be ready to manage the sidelines, because that's going to be the game changer for your life. It's easy when they're clapping. It's easy when you're scoring touchdowns. It's easy when you have that game changer like Jared had. But when life comes, guys, you got to be ready to handle it. Okay? Y'all with me? Are you tracking? Because life will sideline you. You're never too old and you're never too young. You see, then the next year, Justin goes out and he plays. And I go and I'm looking. Justin's always in the game. He loved to be in the game. I'm looking and I don't see him. And I look on the sideline and he's laying there. And the lady said, the trainer said, I think he broke his arm. Second year, right? The second year, I think he broke his arm. And maybe he even had a concussion. She's looking down at him because he's not responding. I know my son, he's laying on the ground looking really like Justin looks. Y'all know that look that Justin has when he ain't feeling it? So the lady said, I think he has a concussion. I looked down, I said, no, he just mad. Because he's now sidelined, yes, again. You got to be able to handle the sideline when they take you out of the game. And then another time when Justin was a 12th grader, he was at a high school. He had an opportunity to transition from the Mather. I'm going to call it that. Where's Ian? He had an opportunity to transition from the Mather. I'm going to put it that way. It wasn't a transition that he wanted. Sometimes life's going to come at you. These disruptions are going to come. I want to teach you something that you're going to be able to live with, because you got to know how to handle when life sidelines you. Because otherwise you're going to be winning. But we want to teach you tonight how to win in the game of life. And so we end up at Roosevelt High School with Justin. His story has not been one that's sprinkled with all the glitter and all the fame. His story has been one that has been challenging. He had a challenging story, and that's why we need our parents to support us. And this time he's at Roosevelt, and the year before they had some great players come out, and the year that he came out, the coach was going through some things himself, and the film didn't get out. Justin was having a very challenging time. He would come and sit on the bed with me at night, and we would talk. And he didn't get the Division I offers that he wanted. Sometimes life is going to show up, guys, and put you on the sideline. But he knew that he could play at the next level. They was like, you're too small for this position. You haven't played that position. I said, well, Justin, I'll support you. Sometimes you have to make course corrections. Those of you that are wanting to get scholarships and you're disappointed right now, it's okay. Justin walked on. All right, somebody playing some music. Yeah. Justin walked on to the University of Buffalo and began to continue to improve his game. And the biggest sideline opportunity came when he thought that he was going to go to the next level. They had talked about him being a sixth-rounder, draft choice, and he happened to come out in the year where there were nothing. Y'all remember the year there was a lockout and all that? That was Justin's year. Yet another sideline. He was so disappointed. And as a parent, this is what I said to him. I said, Justin, if I could give my life, how many parents would say that? if I can give my life for you to live your dreams, I would right now. I was willing to lay my life down as a parent as I saw the hurt and the pain in this young man's eyes. But can I tell you, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Yeah, that's right. They happen for you. They happen for Jerry. Just as life happened for you. Because when he didn't make it to the next level, he was here at SVP. He loves SVP. So when things happen, how many basketball players in the room? We have a few in here. So you know about the pivot. Sometimes when things come up, you got to pivot and turn. And that's what happens. I'm going to leave you with these principles and I'm going to be away. The first thing that you have to do when life sidelines you, because they will, I want you to win in the game of life. I want you to know how to transition well. The first thing you have to do is lean into the experience. Lean into the experience. Don't run from it, because that sideline has something to teach you. Lean into the experience. And number two, give yourself permission to grieve every ending, even in the seniors that are going on to something great. There's some opportunity for you to grieve, because you're going to be missing this place. Am I right? And you guys that are left are going to be missing them too. Give yourself permission to grieve. That's part of the healing process. And number three, allow people to support you. Your parents, give your parents a hand, because they're here to support you. Have that support system in your life. Number four, be willing to forgive, because in the sideline, when life sidelines you, we oftentimes look for opportunities to blame. But there's no time to blame. It's a time to step up your game on the sideline, because there are gifts. And I'm going to tell you the three best gifts and the three powerful questions. If you remember nothing else from this talk, remember the three powerful questions. Look at the person in front of yourself and say, point it to yourself, say, who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
And who is God? Those are the three questions that you should use when you are living this life at the next level. Because if you know who you are, it will determine where you go. If you know your values, if you know your passions, if you know your talents, you need to become a student of yourself. And you have a vision for where you're going, what's possible for you. If you know that, you'll get to the next level. You'll win in the game of life. And I want to leave you with this. Excuses are the tools of the weak. You guys know this? And the incompetent. Used to build monuments of nothingness. Those who use them are... Who that? Who wants that? Yeah.
Excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent, used to build monuments of nothingness. Those who use them are seldom good at anything, always good at nothing.
That's right. We don't have any excuse. That's right. Y'all give it up for him. Thank you. We want to live a powerful life. And if you want to live a powerful life, you live life with no excuses, no blame. Own your story powerfully, because Brene Brown says it best. If you own the story, you get to rewrite the ending. So if you don't like your story, don't become a victim of your story. You rise up and own your story powerfully and begin to write the ending for your life. Write the ending when you ask that question, who am I? Why am I here? And who is God? Because God has an assignment on everybody's life that's in this room. And on the football field, you have assignments, right? And it's up to you guys to discover what's powerful about you, what's possible for you, and be unstoppable and get the results. So the three questions again: who am I? Why am I here? And who is God? They'll transform your life, and they allow you to win in the game of life. Thank you guys so much for having me.
On behalf of Pilates and Pilates family, of course you are dearly to us, and we want to present you an award for Coach Justin.